السلام عليكم. رمضان كريم. كل عام وانتم بخير. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Munir Mizyed. I'm a Jordanian Palestinian poet, novelist, translator, and writer. I wrote numerous books and articles. I think I wrote almost 100 books, and I translated also about 60 or 70 books. I'm also founder of a non-governmental organization. It's called Munir Mizyed for Art and Culture, based in Romania, in Craiova. Recently, I have finished translating the meaning of the Holy Quran. Well, talk about translation. There is a famous quote, I think by a German writer or translator who translated the Bible. He says something very interesting. He says, if politics is the art of possible, then translation is the art of impossible. Let me repeat again. If politics is the art of possible, then translation is the art of impossible. Well, I do agree with this quote, but we can imagine how it would be to translate the Quran, the Holy Quran. To be honest with you, when I start translating the Quran, or before translating the Quran, let's be exact here, I thought that it might take me 1 year, 6 months, 9 months, 7 months, not more than this. But when you start to translate the Quran, as more you go on, as more you go back again to translate and to re-edit. And it took me 6 years to finish the translation. And I made almost 4 copies of translating the Quran. I discovered in the Quran it's impossible to translate. And there's no perfect translation. And this is a lot of reasons that I don't have time to explain all these things. But me as a poet, I want to put my poetic and skill in the Quran. And also, I used a lot of new terms. I created the new terms for the Quranic verse, for the Quranic word. The point is, the Quranic word, it has different meaning, depends on the context. So this is one thing. And again, when you, as a translator, I can say I'm a professional translator. If I want to put the professional translation in the Quran, to apply all the theories about translating, then the Quran will be a big mess in translating. As I said, Quran translation it's impossible. So the only way, after many years of understanding and writing, I come out with a new idea of translating the Quran. That we cannot translate word by word because it will be ambiguous and it will be hard to understand. And if you translate the Quran without keeping the symbols and the deep of the Quran, it will lose its depth. So I have to make a new balance in this issue. I hope that my translation will be appreciated. And again, I still think to come out again with a new translation, because actually I found something interesting. Translating the Quran, that means how you or we who translate the Quran understand the Quran. And if you go by explanation of the Quran and to give the meaning of the Quran, you will never be satisfied on the way you translate. This is the problem with translating the holy book of Quran. But to me, it is it enriched my knowledge. It enriched me spiritually. It's a real journey. It's a long journey, and I think it's an endless journey. I think I'm going to spend all my life just revising and translating the Quran. This is how I see it. And I thank you so much because I don't have enough time now. It's 5 minutes. Now it's 6 minutes. So 3 minutes I have. So I'm sorry I exceed the time. So I wish you all the best, and hopefully we can talk about translating the Quran more in deep. I will make more videos about translating the Quran. Assalamu alaikum. Subhana ala khair.